Yeah.
Wise Gucci.
What's good, everybody? My name is Jay. My co-host to my left is Taj, and this is the Divine Departure Podcast, episode 16.
Get your Roman numerals up.
I think it's what XVI.
Yep.
XVI.
When in Rome, you feel me?
When in Rome, count like the Romans do.
That's a fact.
But how you doing, bro? How's everything been?
I'm chilling. I'm really looking forward to 2023 anime and gaming.
Gaming.
To take flight 2023. But for now, there's some stuff to, kind of coast along and watch along and, kind of pay attention to. But I think 2023 is going to be one of those breakout years for gaming.
For sure. We got a lot of stuff.
And we're stepping into the next generation of anime. So it's gonna get real interesting to see because all these different animes we can't really establish a pecking order yet because none of them finish.
Yeah.
So some of them are gonna be finishing up, some of them are gonna be, getting into some deeper plot. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited to just see what's to come.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the biggest games that a lot of people are tentative to and they're anticipating that it's going to be really good is Final Fantasy 16. And it really looks like an outer world experience, and especially with PlayStation being such, or just not PlayStation, but Sony being such a really good company where they create products, and they essentially with PlayStation, they created a platform to allow people to kind of get lost in the moment. You know what I mean? When they're playing these games.
Yeah, they like what I appreciate about PlayStation is that they still value immersion. And if you're talking to a PC competitive gamer, they're not going to understand that word immersion. But PlayStation, they really value immersion. So you're gonna get very immersive games. You'll still get some competitive games, but the game is supposed to feel like an adventure. You're supposed to feel like you're in the game. You're supposed to feel like you're playing as the character. You're supposed to feel like, just the haptic feedback on the controllers and vibration on it, and like, just little things like different colors. Like when colors match up what's going on in the game, stuff like that. Like immersion is still big in PlayStation. I feel like PlayStation's keeping that alive. So,
and that's fun. Oh, your camera went out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back up.
But I agree. I think that it's fun when a lot of these different game development companies, they go through the process of just customizing everything, because coming from like being an Xbox fanboy at a certain point in time and transitioning over, one of the coolest things that I always wish Xbox would do is, for like, let's say for example, their start button where you're clicking on the Xbox logo, you're powering up your system.
Yeah.
Let it change colors. Let it be different for certain games. Let's show a little hue, show a little ambient version of what's in the game in your controller, because I feel like that's something that's cool, because when you grow up and you see that shit, you're like, damn, like when I had the PS4, and I'm late on the game, like, most people who have PlayStations are like Taj, like they've had PS1 going all the way to PS5, and that's really what it is. But me coming in late in the game, like I really love Borderlands for the fact that they put in for every gun the attribute of the gun. They put that color on the controller and the LED.
And then if you have the audio up on a controller, like you can hear different reload noises.
Yeah.
The guns you have, stuff like that. Yeah.
It's different, and you don't necessarily, like, you can hear it in like a headset, but like when you're playing a game when you have the TV on and you're not necessarily connected, that brings a good experience, because you don't know where that sound's coming from until you really then you really twist your ears and you're like, oh, it's from the controller.
From my hands. It's like,
Yeah. And and with all of the new modifications for the PlayStation 5, I mean, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see if Final Fantasy 16 can hold up the graphical fidelity,
for
hold up,
the for the OG Final Fantasy fans out there, like myself, this feels like a combination of Tactics and Type 0. It's kind of that medieval like castle, like knights in armor, which I mean, technically a lot of the early ones like 1, 2, and 3, and even 4 had a lot of that aspect to it, but specifically Tactics, because Tactics had a heavy storyline. So I feel like it's bringing a lot of like Final Fantasy Tactics. If you ever played it, it's pretty. It's kind of like the Fire Emblem of Final Fantasy. Like the play style of it is like Fire Emblem, but it's a Final Fantasy game.
Final Fantasy game, yeah.
And then Type 0, just for like the open worldness. I hope they bring that feature back. I don't know if they will, but Type 0, you can play as, what is it? 9 characters or 12? Is it 9 or 12? I always forget. I think it's 9. You can play as 9 different characters. And they haven't done that since that game. So I hope they do something. 9 is kind of overkill, but just let us have a big party, like 5 or 6 in a party or something. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna do that because it seems as though the plot is going in one particular way, and it's that dude with the scruff that he's like, I wouldn't even say he's the main character, but he's the most focused character in the game. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's interesting, but other than that, this is gonna be a great episode. We had a lot to talk about. We took a week break, but we back in it. We got some new Shield Hero, which may not be new to a lot of people because we're a little far behind. But we got new One Piece. We got the last episode of Moon Knight we're gonna review, and then I think after that we'll maybe do a little bit of trending, and then we want to get into some comments because we've been seeing a lot of traction on the YouTube, and we appreciate everybody for commenting. But we wanted to from the last episode talk about a comment that one of our followers posted, and we're gonna keep that up. So anybody who is watching the episodes on YouTube, please comment, share, subscribe. Because you may be in the next episode where we pick your comment and say, hey, But yeah, let's get into it.
What are we doing over here with One Piece? Because honestly,
we'll talk about One Piece. We'll talk about that second. We're gonna go straight into Shield Hero because I think a lot of people would be more interested in seeing that, right?
All right. Shield Hero has actually been I don't know, season 1, it felt like they made the show and they didn't think it would last 2 seasons, and then they're like, oh snap, it's successful, we got to make another season, and then they just pulled a story out their ass. Like there's not.
I don't think they did.
I don't think there's anything from what they established in season 1. None of that matters in season 2.
I feel as though it does. I feel as though we still don't have all the keys. And that's that
they said the shield, the heroes. First of all, this is what I'm saying. From season 1, right?
Right.
Naofumi trying to get home.
Right.
The world he was in, the town, city, whatever kingdom he was in, was plotting against him. You got waves of destruction coming, or waves of chaos,
catastrophe. Yeah,
that's coming. And the heroes have to fight the waves, and then once they fight all the waves, they could go back home. That's what they established in season 1. Now it's like, does Naofumi want to go home? I don't know. Do the waves matter because there's different dimensions and different worlds and different universes? I don't know. Like, there's we already know there's more than 4 heroes. Apparently, there's a hero for everything you could think of. A freaking boat hero. I was like, what the hell? That's not even a weapon. and now they're focused on getting Raftilia back, and they just got Philo back. But it's like the story's all over the place. So from they established all this stuff in season 1, and now the spirit for this thing kind of just threw everything for a loop.
Well, I mean, episode 7, we see that, Naofumi was able to get Raftalia. We don't know where Philo is, but I think this is a good change in the show. Because, I mean...
No, he got Philo.
No, he got Raftalia. Philo, we don't know where she's at in episode 7.
No, you get in the backwards.
No, I'm telling you, it's not Philo, it's Raftalia.
No, they got Philo out the cage.
No, they didn't get... No.
What are we talking about? I'm confused.
We're talking about episode 7.
Episode 7, Philo was in the...
Philo, no. You gotta watch it back. But we're not going go back and forth.
Didn't Raftalia she fought off like some guards or something so that they could fast travel?
No, I'm talking about when they went into the other world.
Yeah, they went into the other world.
Then Raftalia was they all leveled down.
They met the other hero that she understood, but she can't attack people.
Yeah, she's a hunting hero. The hunting hero.
And then they had to get out of that world.
Yeah.
And then Raftalia fought off a bunch of guards and was like, just go. And then they left, and then
they all made it into the other, and they all made it out of that temporal. That's how I know you're not on top of it, bro.
I watched it. I'm telling you, I watched it, but
I think that one, the information that we already know is that the other heroes, they're still garbage.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
that's been consistent. That's been the one consistent.
That's been consistent. The other thing that was important is that in regards to like the episodes, I like the fact that we got a chance to meet Kizuna, the hunting hero, because it really confused me a little bit when I was watching it. I'm like, wait. I'm like, if that book hero, or whatever, the guy who took control of that spirit tortoise, if he's the 4th hero, do they have a 5th hero? And I guess the way I'm thinking about it, she got caught up in that temporal space where she couldn't leave.
Right.
And what happened is that she got caught, and whoever summoned the heroes before, they probably summoned another hero from Japan. From the they just summoned from another world. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened, because
I see what happened. I watched all of the episodes. You're just talking about episode 7.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about like most recent.
No.
I'm all the way caught up. That's why I was like,
we gonna hold that commentary back for next week's episode.
Like, wait, what is he? Oh, okay, yeah. You talk about that episode. All right, my fault.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I thought that one, they could have done a better job at explaining how the heroes got caught. But at the same time, it may have made sense how they got caught, because all 3 of them aren't helping Naofumi defeat the spirit tortoise, and that's what they was kind of asked to do. Like, although the waves haven't started yet, the other 3, they're being very like, standoffish, like, nah, I don't want to fight the waves. They get caught. They're fodder at this point to the spirit tortoise. And then, Fitoria and Naofumi, they handle business. And then, now Naofumi goes into another world. And, I just thought on the other end, when they got up to the other side, I was just confused on why like his level dropped. It makes sense.
So you think that, like I said, based off what they established in season 1, they're being consistent to that? You don't feel like the plot shifting? because the plot. I thought the okay. Let's focus
Well,
on let's simplify it. Let's simplify it. I
mhm.
thought the goal of the main character. I thought the main character's goal was to get home, and in order to get home,
Yeah.
he had to fight off the waves of catastrophe, and then they'll get sent home.
Well, I mean, I don't
So
think
that's what I thought the plot was. Now I don't
my
know what the
my
goal is.
my idea at the end of season one, when he talked to Raftalia, like you're right. Throughout the show until the end of like the last episode of season one, I thought that before the last episode of that season, I thought, yeah, like, he wants to get home. He's gonna fight the waves of catastrophe and handle his job. At the end of the episode, end of the last episode for the first season, I thought it was though that, he wanted to stay. Like he wanted to keep fighting the waves off, but he wanted to make a home in the Melromark, the world that he's currently in right now. So I think he's still focused on the plot, because still, like in episode 7, he still brought up like, yo, we gotta get back, we gotta catch this dude, and then we gotta get back so that we could fight the waves of catastrophe. Like he's very straightforward on like what needs to get done, and he knows. I just think that, a good story has to have, you got to get thrown sometimes in different angles and
I
different
mean, yeah, I
situations to
get that
grow.
as long as they get back to like
The
the
original
original thing.
plot.
So like if he's still trying to get home, then it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he said it. He's like, yo, we can't stay here. He's like, I know Kazuna, the hunting hero. I know she's been here for years, but we can't afford to just, we can't
We can't
afford
stay
to.
here. The show will lose ratings.
Yeah, but they can't afford to stay there and not do anything and just let it be. So now Fumi and them, they was able to get back, and I really like, I fuck with him because he's very tactical. Like he may not be an offensive hero, but he's very tactical. He's very tactical. Like that idea with that seed that turned into like a beanstalk, like in like the old fucking stories where you know I can't remember the fucking childhood stories about something in the beanstalk, but
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
That was like,
It was cool.
I mean, I get it, like video game logic, that like stress the glitch and then see what happens. I used to do that in Little Big Planet all the time, and then my P3 would crash. Anyway,
Yeah.
Little Big Planet will literally like maximize the processing power on the PlayStation. Anyway, I mean, I get that. I just I'm losing track, and I guess I just got to stay with it, and then
yeah, bro, because everything is going full circle. Because we didn't think that these three fuckers that was supposed to be helping anyways, or at least leveling up, these three fuckers got caught.
No, I didn't even. It's not even that. That's not why I'm lost. I'm lost because you got the waves of catastrophe.
Yeah, and then you have the spirit tortoise.
But that's on pause.
Yeah.
Then we have the spirit tortoise, who they beat. And instead of getting back to the waves of catastrophe, now we're on this third tangent of like, okay, now we're in some other dimension. So if they keep making tangents, I'm like, can we get back to the main thing? Like we've had 2 seasons. We've had one season, and we just started season 2, and the show is already going on 2 different tangents.
Well, it is, but this is the thing.
Spirit Tortoise is done. Now we have this dimensional thing that they're traveling through. I feel like I'm watching the Doctor Strange movie.
But this is the benefit, though, right? Because although we're going off on a tangent and shit is getting a little crazy, shit is getting a little not really too much understandable and too clear, what we are getting is allies. So Kizuna, the hunting hero, she's an ally at this point because we saved, like Naofumi saved her. We got out of the labyrinth. You know what I mean? we're back in her world, or the world that she's like protecting. But being that we put her as like a chess piece on the board, that she's a new piece, a piece that we didn't even know we had until we found it. She's going to be able to give him information, or I would hope that that's the way the story goes, is that, okay, cool, we got out of this labyrinth, we're not stuck anymore. Now Fumi's probably going to be like, you need to give me information about why you're a cardinal hero, because they talked a little bit, and he's like, yeah, well, we're supposed to fight the waves of catastrophe, and then she's like, no, that's not our goal. I don't even know what the waves are.
Right.
She's like, hey, that's so I think that having her around will be extremely useful, because I don't think the other heroes like La'Arc and Glass and whatever the gem hero her name is, I don't think they're going to be cool enough to just give them information without dying for it, at least. Yeah. And even then, I don't even think that they would die and give them information, because it's like, we're all heroes. Why are we fighting?
It's more about like there's something bigger going on, and we're just not supposed to know. Like we're supposed to suspect it, but we're not really supposed to like know.
Absolutely.
So I'll stick around for the. I mean, it's been good enough where I'm definitely gonna stick around for the journey. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it.
And another thing too is I really like that Naofumi evolved. Like I was telling you, I was like, yo, at some point
he didn't evolve. We about to have a whole debate about this.
He did evolve. He evolved.
He's the same regular ass.
His skill set evolved because he got the help from he got granted a power that it counteracts the raid shield. So he doesn't have to use it.
Listen to what you just said.
Yes.
He got granted a power.
Yeah.
What training did he do to earn that
power? His skill set evolved. Bro, he fought in battle. He deserved that power.
I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Bro, I'm done. I'm just saying that he fought in battle. Like, yeah, he got
He fought. Then what happened?
He wasn't
strong enough, and he pulled out the devil raid shield like he always did,
and it didn't work.
And he would have died. He would have died.
It didn't work. That's the one time it didn't work in the show. It didn't work.
He pulled it out like he always do, because none of his other skills is good enough. That's what I said. All four of them are trash.
Nah.
All four of them are trash.
They not though.
Now Fumi's the main character, so we know he's gonna get bailed out. Look. My point is, the the spirit tortoise lady.
Yes,
she could have easily, when they were under the gravity thing or whatever, she could have easily been like, sword hero, I grant you my power of the spirits. Like she didn't have to pick him. She could have picked anybody in the room and said, I grant you my power.
Bro, do you know why she picked him? Do you know why she picked him? Bro,
because do you know why she's the main character? That's
because bro, if we're looking at it in a story perspective, he was the only one that wanted to help. He's the only one that wanted to help. He's the only hero. Come on. He's the one hero that wanted to help. So yeah. I told you. But I was right. I was right though. I said when they fight the spirit tortoise, they might end up getting a power boost because of them fighting him. And they did. Well, not they, Naofumi did. So I was right.
Bro, my point remains that his power is not enough. He either got to use the raid shield or he got to get gifted.
He can't use the raid shield no more, bro.
This is exactly. Remember when they was all sitting at the table?
Yeah.
And this is after like they dealt with the slut girl, the princess,
right?
And all the heroes sat at the table, and it was like, well. Naofumi was like, give me information, and they was like, well, we'll give you information, but you have a cheat code. This is what they was talking about. His shield cheat code. He just gets things. Like he didn't like if Naofumi was just gonna fight off of his power without the raid shield, he would have died mad long ago, mad fights ago.
Nah, I feel like he earned it though.
but he pulls out. But so in this situation,
Nah, but he earned it though. Like let's keep it a bug, bro. He the one, bro. He the one hero. He was the only one hero that wanted to help, and she asked for his help, and she granted him. Yeah, she granted him a power, but the power is lit.
let me show this.
Go ahead.
He did everything in his power to fight, and his power wasn't enough, and he does what he always does. Oh, guess I gotta use the devil rage.
But it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Wait, but wait, why did he pull it out?
Because he had a utility. He had to use it.
Why did he pull it out?
Because he had that. There's the one utility, and he needed it. But bro, it didn't work. But you can't argue that it didn't work. It didn't work.
This lady could have picked anybody in the room and was like,
and why you
hold power.
And why you think that bro, if any of the heroes would have helped, then she would have granted all of them powers, and they all would have been leveled up. She probably could have done it to any one of them in the room. You're right, but bro, he was the one person that wanted to help.
Let's not act like he's been grinding and that's why he's stronger than the other heroes. No.
Yeah, he's grinding.
Right.
He don't be getting cheap code. I don't agree with that because
if it wasn't for the raid shield, he would have died halfway into season 1. Bro, if the sword hero had a rage sword, or the bow hero had a rage bow, or the spear hero had a rage, or if the turtle,
bro, the raid shield, bro, the raid shield came out of him being angry. That was a power that was manifested because he was angry in the show.
It's a cheat code in the shield. He didn't control it. The first time he did it, it was like he wasn't controlling it. It just happened. It's a cheat code. That's what they were saying at the table. They was like, "Yo, you got that cheat code. Why don't we help you?" That's what they were saying. I was agreeing with them. I was like, "Yeah, you got the cheat code." Bro, the sword hero, imagine the sword hero had a rage sword. Well, nothing's working. Let me pull out my devil rage sword and one-shot the boss.
He should. They're ass.
They don't have cheat codes.
They're okay. Well, bro, that's what I said. But bro, this is what I argued. Nah, but bro, this is the thing. This is the thing. I argued with you before. I said, hey, if they went to go help, I told when the episode came, when all three of them were like, nah, we're not gonna help. If they went and helped, they probably would have got upgrades to their shit. Bro, how you think they going, bro? I don't think in any stretch of the imagination that LaArk and Glass was just that strong. And bro, they obviously they're obviously going back and forth from different worlds, from their world to I guess our world, whatever you want to call it, like Melmark, and then going back and forth. So yeah, they got some cheat codes on themselves too. So I mean, I think at the end of the day,
they're not out here one-shotting bosses.
They are though.
Who's doing that?
Bro, Glass went in and killed one of them fucking monsters or whatever. The ghost monster or some shit.
Glasses, but they explain why she uses natural energy or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not something that's gifted like that. You know, that's not something you trade for. Like that's something that like she probably got as a cheat code. I mean, I feel as though that's probably the name of the game now. Like you gotta.
Can we not act like Naofumi grinded and then got the spirit tortoise power? He did it. She just gifted it to him.
I didn't say that he got it off rip, but I said he earned it because he went and helped her fight. She asked for his help. He went and helped.
But she could have gave it to Raftilia. What do you mean?
Bro, but bro, you gotta remember this is like a video game, bro. So like if you're of a higher standard, somebody is like asking you on some RPG mission to help you, and you go and you slay a boss, you're gonna get a reward. It's kind of like the same thing.
So now he getting rewards and cheat codes.
Bro, the reward is the cheat code.
Why train? He don't even need to train for what?
Well, bro, I told you, bro. I specifically told you. I said, look, if the other heroes went and tried to help, they would have got upgrades too. She probably could have been like, give my power to the bow and shield and sword.
But listen to what I'm saying. Why does he need if he's grinding, if he's putting in all this work, why every time he's in a pickle he needs something? Why every time? Why can't he just win a boss fight without no combo magic, without no just him? Why can't he do that? Because bro, every single time in the show,
Bro.
it's like, oh, I'm not gonna win. Well, my options are A, pull out the Devil Raid shield, or B, hope that the Queen of the Fallopians or the Queen of the Spirit Tortoises or the Queen of Mellowmark or some other thing happen and bail me out. Those are my options. Because
Bro,
his power not enough. He's just as ass as the rest.
you right, but he's the only person that has that ability that nobody else has. So yeah, bro, would you, bro? If we're grown men that got transported to a whole nother world, and we're these heroes, and you got a power that could stop a boss, and I don't got a power that could stop a boss, you're not gonna use it?
No, I'm gonna use it, but I'm not gonna flex in front of your face like you asked when I didn't do nothing to get this
He
power.
didn't flex. What flexing? What the
Naofumi
flex?
He's constantly flexing every time he's around him. I don't need you guys. I don't. You guys are terrible. I don't
Yeah, he don't need
he's
them
constantly flexing
because, bro, his crew is stronger than all of them. I'm saying, take him out the picture. Raftilia is way better of a swordsman than the sword hero. And
we don't know.
And Philo, yeah, bro,
Philo definitely. We don't know.
Philo is stronger than all three of them. So
I mean, Philo definitely, but
and Lucia,
he works so hard. He just got.
He don't work hard. He don't look. I don't get that impression. You get that impression that he had cocky. I don't. I haven't got that impression because, bro, he be mad. Bro, if you with three other people in a room and y'all supposed to collaborate, work together to try to stop the waves, and you have three motherfuckers that don't want to help, then you're gonna take it on yourself.
Why don't they want to help?
Why?
They don't have cheat codes.
Bro, then they need to train. Every one of them need to be in a different country and
have you played video games? You can't train to get a cheat code. You either have the cheat code,
bro. Okay, cool. Then, bro, what do you want them to do? What do you want the three fucking stooges to do, bro?
This is what I want them to do.
Give me a plan. Since you know everything, you Mr. Logical.
What I want them to do is go to Naofumi and say, listen, you have the cheat code. We don't have cheat codes. Therefore, you do everything and we'll support you.
Well, bro, they're not going to want to do that because they're prideful shit. We know this. We know. Bro, Naofumi tried working with them on multiple occasions. And you know what they were like? Nah. So yeah, how the fuck you supposed to work with somebody and collaborate when they tell you nah and then they don't want to work with you?
That's true. He did try.
He tried. The queen asked him, the queen of the Falolios asked him, mad females asked him, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I'm being stupid. Let me sit down with them in a room and talk. And you know what all three of them did? They argued within each other about dumb shit. Maybe if they just took some time and was like, you know what, Naofumi, obvious, like, bro, what do you like? I don't know what happens. You probably know what happens to the Three Stooges because you probably all the way caught up. But what the fuck? Like, my thing is, when I see that happen, what the fuck are they gonna talk about? Oh yeah, my bad. We got caught up. My bad. What are we gonna say?
They're gonna say what they've been saying the whole show. Well, if we had a cheat code like you, we'd be fine.
Well, bro, shit. Unfortunately, you gotta look for cheat codes. Cheat codes just don't happen. You just don't, bro. When you do nice things, you get rewarded. You know what happened to Naofumi? He got fucking tight. I mean, obviously he didn't do nothing bad, but he got tight because everybody kept shitting on his name. Then he got the raid shield. Then he got to a point where he couldn't even use that shit no more. And Austin's like, you don't even have no more hatred in your soul. You can't even use his power no more. So I'm gonna upgrade your shield. Bro, I'm telling you, if all
he didn't do that, he would have died. He would have been just like the other.
That's fine, but bro, this is the thing. If the heroes work together, if they follow Naofumi, if they all work together and they stop being dickheads, then bro, they would all get level ups to their shit. Bro, how you think La'Ark and the Gem bitch and Glass work together? They work together. They all strong. The Gem chick be like, fire, ice, and they all be powerful.
I guess I just need more information, which they're probably not going to tell us, because that would be another tangent. But I need more information on the Devil Shield. I feel like it's like early Naruto. Like early Naruto, you know that like Naruto's never gonna lose a fight. Why? Because he has 9 tails in him. So you know, like if Naruto fights and it's not enough, you just know like, okay, well the 9-tail power gonna come out, and then he's gonna be OP, and then he'll win the fight, and then we gotta calm him down. So that's how it's kind of feeling. It's feeling like, okay, well, you know, Naofumi's going to try to fight, and he might win, he might not, but if he can't, he'll just pull out that Devil Raid shield again, and then that'll be it. So that's what it's feeling like. So I just need him to honestly beat a boss, not no regular villain. I need him to win a boss fight off his own like strength, and I know he just got gifted all the powers of the Spirit Tortoise, which is crazy, but whatever. So if he wins a fight off of Spirit Tortoise power, sure. But I need him to just win a fight off of the power he has going into the fight.
Well, bro, this is the thing.
Not go into the fight, get his ass beat, and then be like,
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the essence of the shield is that the shield is not strong unless you give it attributes that are strong. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, for example, like, you know, if you're playing an RPG and you beat this quest, you get this legendary sword that's about like 40 levels like higher than your ranking. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna be able to like adequately use it, but like you still could use it type shit. But it's kind of like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my thing is that from moving forward, I think that the other 3 heroes need to work with Naofumi. And when you work with people that are strong or people that you interact with, they're gonna have something that if they're asking you to help them, they're gonna give you shit back. It's gonna be a give and take type shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's the reason why Naofumi has been getting like, well, I wouldn't say about the raid shield, but I think with the Spirit Tortoise heart shield, which I like the way that rings, heart shield, because it's like the opposite of like, you know, Devil's raid shield, but whatever. You know, I feel as though if they work together, all 4 of them, they could all 4 be leveled up. They all 4 could be chilling.
I think this is so obviously this isn't the last time we're gonna see the Devil Raid shield. We're obviously gonna see it again. But like how and when he uses it matters. Like if he learns how to control it and learns how to like finesse it in with the combination attacks and stuff, then cool. But if he's just like out of desperation, like, all right, well, guess I got to use it.
Well, bro,
then it kind of feels like, you know,
I think it's Dunzo for the shield though. Like I think it's Dunzo for that aspect of the shield. I mean, because bro, he like she said it. There's no rage in your heart.
The queen already told him to stop using it. He tried to use it again.
I know, but this is the thing. He has no rage left in him. Like and that's kind of how the story should progress.
Yeah, but if Philo gets decapitated, then the rage is gonna come right back. So
I don't know if that's true though.
If Raftilia loses a leg, then the rage is gonna come right back.
I don't know if that's true, but we got to see. I mean, I think as though he's gotten at this point, he's gotten to be a stronger character. He's gotten to be a better person interacting with like his crew, and I don't think he'll make the same mistake again. I just think that, you know, he has to know how to utilize his shield. You know, at the end of the day, like utilizing your shield and utilizing your cardinal weapon is what makes you a hero. Not necessarily you having it, because everybody can have a cardinal weapon and not fucking know how to use it. You gotta be able.
As much as I'm frustrated about Shield Hero is gold compared to One Piece right now. So
Yep, and to move forward with the next show, we're gonna talk about One Piece. And my opinion on One Piece is that we've been having a lot of slow episodes. These last two episodes, 1019 and 1020, they haven't been as bad. They actually been pretty. They've been all right. They've been all right. In my opinion, they've been all right.
stop being nice.
Nah, I'm being nice because, bro, we have like as filler episodes. I enjoyed some of the sequences, and one of the sequences I enjoyed. I'll name off a couple, but I like the sequence with Otama in episode 1019, or I guess 1020, where she ends up wanting to help. And she ends up going and using her Kibi Dango power and getting a whole bunch of the animal pirates doped up on that shit, and now they controlled by her. I like how they used that sequence in the anime. I like how they used it in that particular part of the show because it's really like Oda was thinking. He was like, all right, like at a certain point in time, the filler's gonna get boring. We're gonna keep seeing Luffy run, we're gonna keep seeing Luffy fight, and we need to see some interesting sequences that kind of make us think about the show. And I thought that was one thing that he did really good,
Yeah.
Oda, is that he added that sequence in there because Otama going and fucking using her power and exhausting it so that we can take control of hundreds of Kaido or Animal Kingdom pirates. I thought that was just smart. And I thought that was something that, regardless of like, Sanji, not Sanji, Usopp and fucking Nami being there, I thought that was gold. I thought that was gold. And Frankie versus Sasaki, I thought that was fun. I thought that was a fun little interaction there.
Stop being nice.
Nah, he almost got bodied, but he didn't. So it is what it is. It's not being nice. We gotta give the show a little bit of credit when it's due. When an episode is we gotta say it's The bro hate One Piece. Yo, you be a hater. You be a hater sometimes. You like, nah, I'm gonna watch it, but
it's sad. It's sad because it's sad because One Piece has lowered our standards. It's like because we've been sticking with the show for so long, we've lowered our standards of what a good episode is because we know that One Piece is going to play games.
All right.
But what I'm going to do is not lower my standards and say the last, I don't know, basically every episode that's not Luffy fighting Kaido is filler. Can we be real? There's nothing else going on that's important.
Yeah, I would say so.
I
could agree.
That's not all of them up top fighting. Every episode that's not that is filler. And like I said, I'm cool with filler. Like I'm not one of those people that's like, I hate filler and I can't watch a show that has filler. I'm cool with filler, but the filler gotta be good. This is bad filler.
I wouldn't say these last two episodes were bad.
Bad filler.
I thought the filler was all right. I thought the filler was all right.
Flashing back to Perospero fighting Carrot.
That
why do we
you
care?
Have a point there.
Why does that, bro? They could both die. They could both live. One could die. They don't matter.
It's that older fan service, bro. He gotta make sure everybody's in the mix.
We know that what's his name? The No, I'm thinking of Naruto characters. The second oldest son that didn't come. I forgot his name. The one with the color vision. Katakuri, yeah. Couldn't remember his name. We know that Katakuri is still alive. If Perospero dies, nobody cares. Because Katakuri is really the OG. So like why are we so the filler, I'm cool with filler, but the filler's not even good. Like it's not even good filler. So like what One Piece has done is lowered our standards of like, oh, there's something happening in this episode. It's a good episode. Nah, not nothing. If it's not, bro, they're literally, this is what they're doing. They're literally breaking anime rules. Like I feel like I'm watching like a regular like American cartoon. Like they're breaking, bro. And any think about like this, bro. In any other anime, right? When the new arc starts, and at the end of the arc, you're expecting the main character to fight the main villain. Once that fight starts, they're not gonna jump to filler. Think of any other anime, bro. Think about Super. When Goku's fighting Jiren, they're not gonna go see what's going on with Chi Chi on Earth. You see what I'm saying? When freaking what's his name in Hunter x Hunter? When he's fighting,
I'm gone.
yeah, when Gon's fighting the clown dude, they're not gonna jump over to something else going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
I see what you mean there. I see what you're saying.
they're literally like when Naruto's fighting Sasuke, they're not gonna go jump over to see what Jiraiya's doing in the village. Like so, they're literally like breaking. We've been waiting to see Luffy versus Kaido or Luffy versus Big Mom or however. We've been waiting to see that, and now that they're there, they're chopping it up.
Yeah.
No other anime has ever done this. No other mainstream anime has ever like led you up to a fight, and then we get to the fight,
and then they stop showing the fight. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
And I gotta agree with you there because I think within like episode 10, 19, that was when like we were seeing like some of the sequences of like the Luffy versus whoever fight. And bro, at the end of the episode, it shows like Kaido turning into the form. Like you know, like that, like the credits or whatever, they'll show like the next episode. They're showing Kaido, and then we don't see Kaido in 1020. We see other people fighting.
Bro, it's bad, bro.
I see what you're saying.
So this is what's getting me mad because now if you're gonna have filler episodes because you need to buy time to animate and draw, because that's what it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, filler was just there so that the studio had more time to draw and animate whatever they needed to do. So that's what, like, filler used to have a purpose.
Yeah.
Filler used to be like, yo, there's this big fight coming up, but we need more time, so we're gonna put some filler in, and then I'll give us time to, animate it and draw it and all that stuff in the studio, and then we'll show you how the big fight. But now it's just filler for filler's sake.
Yeah.
And the filler not even good. Why do we care about Robin fighting some spider lady that's punching Sanji when emperors, literal emperors, are fighting each other?
Yeah.
We have emperors.
I see what you mean.
We got emperors duking it out, but now we gotta go see if Chopper finished the cure. To the
Chopper's still working on that motherfucking cure too, bro. He's still working on that shit. It's been about 4 episodes.
It's so imbalanced right now. It's bad.
Yeah.
Like if the show like got canceled tomorrow, I'd be happy.
Nah, I wouldn't be happy. I want to see after.
I'd be like, well, it was dying anyway. Let me go read the manga, see how.
Bro, the manga gonna be the same shit. The same fight sequences.
So it's just like they're breaking anime rules. There's no other mainstream anime has ever done this. You know what I'm saying? Like if you build us up for this big fight, you don't get to the big fight and then start chopping up the fight.
Wow. Oh yeah. You keep it going. I mean, for sure. I mean, this matchup has been like a long awaited matchup.
Right. So they just play it.
I thought the episodes weren't bad, but I definitely understand your perspective. Like, yo, like when we're in game time, when it's game time, like, don't be going back to other shit. Cause that's really what it be like,
It's terrible. Most animes, we're going to wrap up all the other side stuff, and then we're gonna get to the main thing, and then we're just gonna show you how the main thing for 4 episodes straight. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
So I think it's terrible. I don't give any credit to a good episode. You know what I need? This is what I need. I need a string. I need a string of good episodes.
And then hit some filler.
That's what I need a string. I'm not just gonna allow them to come out with one or two and then 5 filler and then go back to one or two. Like, no. I need a string of good why is that too much to ask for?
No, it's not. That's the
I need a
thing. It's
string
not.
of important episodes. Like can we string together 5 important episodes? Can we do that? But I don't think they're going to. So that's why it's terrible and I hate it. And yeah. I can't recommend One Piece at the moment. Even though it's still, one of my favorite childhood
One of our
anime.
favorite, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, it's a long journey for someone to watch 1,000 episodes and not get to like a conclusion. So I agree.
Like
I agree.
imagine this 10 years from now and the show finish. Imagine how many like episodes you'd be skipping if you had the next button, the next episode ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is about Sanji. Let's skip that. Oh, Chopper, the antidote. Let's skip that.
Skip that.
Oh,
You get
wait,
to the main shit.
King is fighting Marco. I don't even matter. Let's skip that. Let's get to the. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine how many episodes you'd just be clicking next on.
Get to the next one. Get to the next one.
The only benefit we have is we're younger than Oda. So he's probably gonna finish it before he die.
Bro, he's on a ticking time clock, bro, because that man already caught COVID.
Yeah, he caught COVID and shut everything down.
The first time, bro, when COVID was fresh, he caught that shit.
Yep.
And he was in the studio, sick as shit, just chilling, and nobody could go and see him and see what's good.
So you figure the show's gonna end before he ends, and we're younger than him, so that's our only play.
Yikes. But all right. The next topic we're gonna get into is Moon Knight. So how did you think about the season finale, bro?
I get it that it's a TV show and that they had to kind of reveal things, per episode. I feel like out of all of the Disney Plus, like if I had to rank the Disney Plus Marvel shows, WandaVision's probably the best, right? And then I really like the layout of Falcon and Winter Soldier. That I actually binge watched it. I didn't watch it as it was new. I just sat. I took like 2 nights and I watched all of it. But that was chronologic. And what they did with Moon Knight is they went all over the place, and it's kind of hard to follow. I'm gonna be honest. Like now that we know it's over, I didn't like the structure of the episodes. I get it because it's a TV show and not a movie, but I wish they would have told us more about the split personalities early on. I mean, Marvel in general, when you go into the movies, they're assuming you know the basics of the character. That's already an assumption. Like if you go and watch Captain Marvel, they're assuming you know some things. If you go to watch Iron Man, if you go to watch Hulk, so there's you have to go into these movies with that understanding. Like they're assuming you know a little bit about the character. I knew nothing about the character, so
Me neither.
right. So I wish they would have just spent more time describing the split personalities and then go into how that ties into the gods and the deities and all of that and his power and his person. So I didn't really, you kind of put it all together at the last episode, like, or the second to last episode. You're kind of like, oh, this is how it all meshes into, because at the end of the day we don't really care about him. Like it's a Marvel show, we want to see the hero. So while he's, and I take back what I said early on, he's a phenomenal actor. Now that I know what he's doing, now that I really understand the role he's playing, he's killing it. He's great. So I take back what I said about him. But yeah, now that I understand the character more, it's like, oh, okay. So this is why he's like mellow in one scene and then like extreme in another scene, and then. So I get that now, but I wish they would have like told us, or even foreshadow. Like they didn't even really like foreshadow it too heavily. But I get it, it's a TV show. You want things to be new every episode. Um, but my brain was just firing off. Like second to last episode, I was like, oh, so that's why this and then that and then this.
I
And then
feel as
that.
though what they could have did better is that they could have. I mean, on top of what you were saying, with giving more like information about the character himself, I
Yeah.
think what they could have done too is they could have also given more information about like, more, I would say a lot more about Egyptian like culture, Egyptian like, yeah. I mean, they did a little bit of like the deity stuff where like you're knowing like which gods are locked
Mm-hmm.
up, which gods are still alive, but
Mm-hmm.
they could have went in a little more detail and kind of explained um some stuff a little bit better. Like for example, like the heart scale, like when they put two hearts on the scale and
Yeah,
saw
that
them
was
measured
kind of like.
out, that kind of got thrown in there a little bit. It was
Yeah,
it was
I didn't like it.
cool.
I didn't like it at
It
all.
was cool, but it was like it's one of those things where like you see dude he gets thrown into some say like asylum, and then he randomly jumps from the asylum to like
I like
a,
that part, but it made a plot. It created a plot hole. Now like me when I watch things, like I be recognizing plot holes off rip, right? It created a plot hole because if they're dead and they have to balance their hearts or whatever, if there's a third personality, shouldn't he be there too? Why is it just them two? There's three. If there's three, we don't. I mean, we don't know. There could be 4, 5, 6 personalities. We don't actually know. But if you're dead, everybody should be there.
oh yeah, for
So
sure, for
why is it
sure.
just the two? Now I heard a theory that it's only the two that he's aware of, but you're you. So like I don't know.
Well, I feel as though if you're consciously
Wait,
not aware that you have another like
but they are
personality.
aware. They are aware because it happened twice in the show where they killed a whole bunch of people and they were like, "Was that you? No. Was it you? No." So obviously they know there's somebody else. So I just feel like, but even without that, if like I said, if he's dead, the goddess, the hippo goddess, she should be able to identify. Oh, there's more than two of y'all because she's not a part of, you know what I'm saying? She's not a part of his mental. So she should have been like, oh, there's. So I didn't really like. It made a big ass plot hole. I'm gonna ignore the plot hole because I know they're not gonna fix that. I I want to get more. I need more Moon Knight. Like I need to know more about how. Like we don't think about it. We don't know how Moon Knight like fights. We don't know where his powers come from. Steven freaking has his own Moon Knight version where he wears a suit and he pulled out these sticks and started fighting. Like I need to know more about the hero.
Yeah.
Like how the hero works than Steven and Mark. And it's cool learning about Steven and Mark and all of that, but I feel like I learned a whole bunch about like the Avatar and not about the actual hero Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Like, what do we actually know about Moon Knight except he's Concher's chosen like thing? What else do we like? Apparently, like, did you see where he flew? Like at the end of the last episode, like he flew to Cairo or Karat, wherever they were. Like
Cairo.
he jumped into the moon and then landed in Cairo. Like I was like, how does that work? Like how did you know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot about the character Steven or Mark. I guess Mark is the main one. I learned a lot about Mark, but I know nothing about Moon Knight, and I know even less about the girl. You know his wife.
His wife, yeah.
That I know even less about her. And how her power works. I'm talking about like the actual hero versions of them.
Oh yeah,
Like we know a
for
lot
sure.
about them as a person, but we don't know nothing about their powers, how the powers work, how they learned how to fight. Like
The clueless, yeah.
we don't know
Nah,
anything
nah,
about
that's
it. So,
that's for sure. And I feel as though if they had more episodes, because if we really look at the Marvel series, like on Disney Plus, and we really look at each every show that's been out so far, Moon Knight is the only show that has had 5 episodes for one season. Normally, like WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki,
I forgot about Loki.
those all had 12 episodes. So they had enough time to kind of work in, work out all of the kinks, because at the end of Loki, we knew, what was up. At the end of WandaVision, we knew what was up, but it went into the Doctor Strange movie. So like we got more information, and Falcon Winter Soldier, we got, a good show that could, progress more. And we could get more out of it. But
the difference is with this show, they're introducing a brand new character that we've never seen in any movie, any other show. You know what I'm saying?
But I think also too is that they might have not gotten a lot of budgeting, because if they got a shit, like, you think about it, like Wanda's gonna get a hell of a lot of budgeting off of the fact that people already know Wanda. You know what I mean? Like all of the other shows, like Loki got hella budgeting.
Oh yeah, Loki's like a fan favorite. I think yeah, I mean they wanted to be different. They accomplished that. It's definitely different.
But they, the director said I think the director's a female. Don't quote me on this. I think from reading, because I was reading a lot of stuff about, Moon Knight after it was done, like a while ago, because the show's been done for a while now. But I've been reading up, and essentially the director was saying that we really should have a season 2 of Moon Knight, because we didn't really get a chance to give as much out there or put enough information out there in the show.
They have to have a season 2.
Because season 1 was too short. 5 episodes. I mean, that's hella short for a Marvel series, and
it's hella short for introducing a new hero.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they spent so much time on Mark and Steven. Like I said, they didn't really leave a lot of time to dive into who Moon Knight is, how he came to be, like how the powers work, like any of that. Like we really don't know anything about the hero himself. So
yeah.
The plot twist at the end where like there's a third personality, they foreshadowed that a lot. So that was to be expected. It wasn't like, oh, can't believe that's, like, they foreshadowed that a lot. But yeah, I just felt like it was a bit like underwhelming the way everything ended. I mean, they beat the bad guy. They think they're free, but they're not free. They definitely need a second season. I think it will be too early for a movie. Like I don't even think we know enough for a movie.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. If we got a 12 episode straight off rip, we would have had enough. We would have had enough content. When you do 5 and you're trying to squeeze a compelling story, I feel as though directors, they want to get the fun shit out, like all of the action sequences, all of that entertaining shit. But when it comes back to it, you kind of have to get rid of the content, the main content, the main plot, to make it interesting.
Now I will say this though. The whole like cinematography of the movie was fire.
Amazing.
Was fire. The whole like him switching between personalities and blacking out, like that whole thing was fire. Like it was very well filmed and very well put together as a TV show, movie hybrid type thing that they're doing. It was very well put together. The actors, the actresses are really good. So I wasn't bad at any of that. I can do without the god giant fights. I could probably do without those. But it made sense in context. But I could probably do without those. It felt a little like Power Ranger-ish, like these two giants.
Yeah,
like,
a little bit.
But other than that, no, it was good. I'm excited to see what they do with it, and really, how I don't know how they're gonna tie this into everything else going on, but Moon Knight will probably have some clutch factor that nobody else could do. So that's really all I got for that. Anything you got for some trending topics?
Yes, sir. So, as most people who own a PlayStation may know, we just had our state of play this past week,
Yes,
and we
sir.
had a couple games that came out that were exciting. One of them that is coming out in 2023, which we already talked about, was Final Fantasy 16.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a lot of games in the woodworks. We got Sonic Frontiers. They're coming out with a new Resident Evil 4. Street Fighter 6 is coming out in 2023, which the game looks solid.
Mm-hmm.
The art style, bro, it reminds me a little bit of old Street Fighter when they had like the Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter 2 Alpha or whatever. I can't remember the title, but it reminded me a little bit of that, but it also reminds me a little bit of Tekken because I just like the way the characters, like just the models, they look very like realistic.
Yeah.
And Tekken normally brings that. Like Tekken 7 is very like it's a very realistic looking game, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
Now they do have like a lot of the splash factors with like the graffiti, the paint, shit like that in the game.
Yeah.
Which should be interesting.
Yeah,
But
Ryu look like a dad. Like I was
but
like,
that's what I like because a lot of people's been asking. A lot of people have been asking, like, hey, these characters haven't changed. They haven't changed since Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2. You know what I mean? They still, they're still the younger versions. I like how they took a notch up. We see in the trailer, we see Chun-Li's. I'm assuming that's her daughter or her niece. But we see her training her. Chun-Li look good, and she a MILF, bro. She look good. I'm like, damn.
They're doing a little bit of the Mortal Kombat approach, like Mortal Kombat. They realized after a certain point, like, yo, why don't we like, add some age to the characters, add some different features, like have different characters, have different kids with different characters, and then all of that kind of stuff. Mortal Kombat kind of went crazy with it, but. I like it. Add something new, add something fresh.
It's different and it looks very good. Like some people may not like it because they like the old Street Fighter 5 because they're comfortable with that. But we really got to give Capcom their props because Capcom, they're reimagining shit. Yeah. And that is so lit. Like being able to like you're it's like you're playing like an RPG. You're running around with a character and you're just fighting regular people in this battle hub or whatever the world is. You're fighting people in Metro City. You're just randomly coming up to some dude fight.
New energy. That's what we need. That's us millennials need to get the old heads out. We need to bring the new energy, the new experiences, the new times. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, but we need the new energy. We need something new. We need something different. So,
but other than that, for anybody who loves Pokemon, Build-A-Bear, they came out with they came out with a Build-A-Bear Pokemon collection. So you got the original starters. You got Charizard, Squirtle. Wow. You got my nigga Gengar in there. You got people. You got people. So if any y'all interested, go on the Build-A-Bear website. Go check that shit out.
Squirtle with sunglasses.
I'm a cop of Gengar because I fuck with Gengar. Dark type all the way.
Gengar?
Yeah, my homie Gengar.
Is that my favorite Pokemon?
I have no clue. But last but not least, for anybody who is a movie head and any Marvel heads, although this weekend has already passed, Morbius had came back. The directors at Sony, they brought back Morbius for another weekend. So for anybody who didn't see it, they put it in select theaters. I think it was like 1,500 theaters all around the States. I know there was 2 theaters in my neighborhood, not in my neighborhood, but 2 theaters in Albany that had it, just not my theater, so I didn't go and see it. But
I haven't heard somebody say it's good. So.
Yeah.
At best I heard it was all right, but I'll catch it when it comes out on Disney Plus or whatever.
And I think last but not least, for anybody who watches Stranger Things season 4, I'm not sure if that's the last season. That show just started back up. So any of you guys who are looking to watch good TV shows on Netflix, go watch that.
I saw Nairo playing some new Mario Soccer.
Oh, the Strikers, yeah,
Strikers.
that's another new game that came out. I mean, it's not a new game; it's an old game because it was on the Wii, but they
Oh,
just
it's not like a
revamped it.
part 2 or nothing.
It's the same game, same game, bro. I
Ah,
remember when me and Ellie first started dating.
I hate
When
Nintendo,
I no,
bro.
but this is the thing. I remember when me and Ellie first started dating, and we went to Nintendo World in New York City, and I was playing the Wii version of the game in their little kiosk area because
What do you
they have a
mean
whole bunch of.
revamp? What does that mean? It's not a part 2. I thought it was a part 2.
Nah, it's the same game, bro. I'm telling you. Mario Strikers, they came out with that game before.
Oh wait, no, it's different. It's different.
It's different. How's it different?
It's called Battle League.
But I promise you, it's the same shit. They just slapping a badge on. I'm telling you, bro. Bro. I
Really?
promise you, if you look at the gameplay from the Wii version to this one,
It did look the same. I'm not gonna
bro, all they did was slap a new name on it for the Wii. So they did.
The other one was Mario Strikers Charged.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they looking type similar.
Yep. I told you. I told you. I
Yo,
told you.
yo, I'm about to start my own game company, bro.
As you should.
They're masters of marketing, bro.
And also, for anybody who hasn't seen Top Gun, y'all should go see that movie because that movie was fucking sick. And for a lot of people who may not know, like, who may not be into, like, the Navy, like people flying like these jets, Tom Cruise and the crew that were that was in the movie, they all trained to be like naval like fighter pilots.
That's fire.
Like, and they all like flew jets in the movie. Those jets that were flown, they actually flew those jets, and they actually were, like when they were doing the aerial sequences, they were acting for like, okay, this bullet, this torpedo, not torpedo, this rocket is coming this way. Yeah, you block it this way. They're looking back and forth, looking up and down. It was crazy. Anybody who hasn't seen it, y'all need to go see that shit because I would tell you that was probably my favorite movie so far this summer, hands down, 10 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, your camera fuzzying out a bit. I'm definitely check it out. I haven't checked it out yet. Yo, was there a comment from last episode that you wanted
Yes.
to talk about?
So for everybody in the community, we're starting, and I'm blurry as shit.
You gotta put something with like words in front of it.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, there we go. Did it?
Okay, then move it.
Damn.
That's that autofocus killing you.
Yeah, but anyways, what we're doing now is for anybody who is commenting, we're picking a favorite comment out of the previous week's episode, and we're talking about it in this new episode. And from last week's episode, for where we talked about the multiverse of madness, Rev1211B said Wanda is a Nexus being. She exists in every universe, but not Vision. Vision doesn't have human-like feelings anymore, so that relationship has no avenue. In the other universe, the program for Vision is incorporated into the Illuminati. So he was mentioned in the movie.
Oh, he was mentioning why they didn't talk about Vision in any other universe for the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, read that again.
All right. So Rev1211B says Wanda's
Shout
a
out to
Nexus.
Rev.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Rev. But he said Wanda's a Nexus being. She exists in every universe, but not Vision. Vision doesn't have human-like feelings anymore, so that relationship has no avenue. In the other universe, the program for Vision is incorporated into the Illuminati. So he was mentioned in the movie.
Okay. I agree with everything he said. This is the problem. Problem is, that as much as Vision doesn't exist,
Right.
as much as Vision doesn't exist, Wanda's kids exist less than that. They're not real. They've never been real. At least Vision was real in a universe. Wanda's children, if Vision isn't real,
Right.
how can Wanda's not real kids be real anywhere?
Maybe she fell in love with somebody else and had kids.
Okay, cool. They need to show us the somebody else. Then I'd be okay with it. Then I'd be like, oh, Wanda got with Hawkeye.
Maybe she adopted them.
Or she adopted them, they show us. They didn't show nobody.
Right.
Which makes me think that it's the same kids, which makes me think that it's the same family, which makes me think that there should still be Vision somewhere. In the multiverse, in the whole multiverse, there's no other scenario where Vision is what? No, it's still a plot hole. It's a big ass plot hole, and they're not going to fix it because they can't at this point.
It is what it is.
But I see what he's saying, and the fact that in the universes that they did show, Vision, probably didn't make it past the Ultron stage. Like there was an Ultron, they beat Ultron, that was it. So in most universes, I could see where, okay, Vision never even made it that far because he just either didn't even make it to the Ultron stage or made it to Ultron and they beat him and that was it. But there was too much emphasis on Wanda's kids, and Wanda's kids clearly existed in other universes. But Vision, who does exist and you know what I'm saying, who did exist, who had a major impact on who Wanda is as a person, isn't even brought up. They don't say the word Vision. I need to rewatch them. I watched it twice. I maybe need to rewatch it. I don't think they said Vision
Right.
in the whole movie. But they talk about the kids that didn't exist all the time. Now, a part of that was probably a play on Mother's Day. There's probably playing on Mother's Day a little bit. So it won't relate to moms, like whatever. I get it. Mother-children dynamic, okay. But still, can we say Vision's name? Can we just say Vision?
Well, can we identify who the father of those kids are?
Or can we do that? That would have been, it's not a solution, but that would have been less of a, like, okay, well, at least they said, like, in the other universes, this is who the, but if there's kids, did Wanda create those kids too? Like, where did kids come from? Okay.
Good question.
That's my response to that. But I see where he's coming from, where, Vision might not necessarily have been Vision in other universes, but I don't agree with that. For every universe, it's the multiverse. So there had to be another scenario that played out not the same but similar.
Mm-hmm.
And Vision can still be there to talk Wanda down. So
cool. And that about wraps it up for this episode of the Divine Departure podcast. For anybody who's been watching, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the YouTube community for commenting, for watching. Give us suggestions down below in the comments on the YouTube of what we could do better, what shows you guys want us to talk about, because we could talk about pretty much anything, but we just want some traction. If people are like, yo, we want to see Spy X Family, then we'll talk about that or anything else. So, just comment on what you guys would want to see in the next video, what you guys want us to talk about, because we got one episode now. We're down to 2 episodes or 2 shows instead of 3. So we got to add more content in there.
We'll get into it. And thank you for the comments. We will always try to pick out some top comments and try to talk about the ones that we feel like are worth replying back to. So if you really got some valuable feedback, hit us up on any of our socials below. If you want to watch us live while we're doing this, we're always on Twitch. You can check out some previous episodes while they're still up on Twitch, or you could go to our YouTube and type in the Divine Departure podcast We're on episode XVI 16. So
XVI.
outside of that, hope you all had a good Memorial Day. Have a good summer. Stay safe out there, and deuces.
Later.